energy. You just low as me.
I'm on that.
She got a.
My city, Chicago.
You're listening to In the Shy Radio on IntellectualRadio.com.
For tuning into Intellectual Radio, an iHeart station. D and Charles will feed your brain every Thursday, 8 to 9. Turn it up now, because we about to entertain your mind.
Hey, you are where's my poster machine? This is what I need my poster machine. Oh my goodness. Stop it.
Tuning in to IntellectualRadio.com. You got your girl with you, Deely, along with my co-host,
CT Powerhouse.
and my other great co-host,
Jaja.
and together we are
In the Shy Radio!
We thank you for tuning in, and we also thank you for being patient with us. We had some technical difficulties, but that was on our end. We're not going to blame Earl this time, right?
No, not this time. Not
this time.
That's right.
So we got a lot going on in the show. Coming up on the show, you want to tell them what we got coming up?
Wow. We got some hot topics for you coming up in the next coming weeks. Well, today we're going to talk about gender roles, but in our future shows that we have coming up, we're going to talk about a very hot topic, and this I promise you we're going to bring the fire. It's going to basically, the title is The Feminization of the Black Male.
Woo. And what would that mean?
It's basically how society and everything and all the influences around us today are basically deemed to feminize the black man.
Yes. You mean like the sagging of the pants?
And the fitted jeans, the skinny jeans and all that other stuff, and
the glitter jeans,
the rhinestones on the jeans.
Just outright disgusting.
The things that are built to break down the fiber of the black man.
Exactly.
So we're not gonna only see it. The problem that I had with not our show, but with this topic with the gentleman who was not standing for the national anthem is because we don't have any solutions. I mean, we gonna overcome, and we marching and we doing all that, but we got to come with some solutions. So hopefully we'll come with some solutions as to how we can build up the black youth and the black man in the home. Exactly.
And believe it or not, Jaja and Deely, you wouldn't believe right now, the Seattle Seahawks, the football team, during the national anthem, as a whole entire football team, everyone is going to take a knee. That's coming up this Sunday, but that just came out on airwaves. Believe it or not.
That's great. That's really great. And I hope that. But I'm not going to go into it. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to let that fly.
But it's going to bring consciousness and awareness to everything that's going on in our community, which I'm all for.
But you don't think they're conscious? You don't think they're aware of what's going on?
You know what? Some people are not. If it doesn't happen to them, if it doesn't affect them, they're not privy to what's going on. So I'm with anything that's going to bring consciousness. And it might bring about a change, but at least it's out there for the public, to see. So
if you're not conscious, then you're dead.
Pretty much.
That's all I have to say.
Pretty much.
Stevie Wonder can see what's going on in the community now.
Here we go. Leave poor Stevie alone.
And I'm just gonna be pretty obvious, pretty frank with you. What's going on in the community is sad.
It is.
But
It is.
it's kind of self-induced too. You know.
Well, yeah, it is. You know, we're creatures of fault as well, but there's things that are out here that affects us as well, and things that we may not even think that happens to us subconsciously that we do. It does affect us.
Okay, but see, if you continue to do things, then it's not only subconscious; it becomes your norm.
And that's
Because
a problem.
your norm may be abnormal to me, but it's normal to you.
And that's true. But here's another thing. And when you think about history and everything, you don't know who you are as a people if you don't know who you are as a person. And we're not taught to know who we are, who we truly are as kings and queens. So it starts there.
That's the truth. That's the truth. And that's why I call all my girls princesses.
I
Because
like
I'm
that.
the queen. You know, I'm the queen. But I treat them like princesses, and I don't allow them to settle. Whenever we go somewhere, we get the top of the line. We go front row, you know, because I don't want them to settle.
Exactly.
So,
because you know I'm the king. Period.
Yeah.
King.
I'm a queen myself.
I'm a king of my house, king of whatever I feel like that I'm doing. I'm the king.
That's right.
You know, and I can take. Some people may want to call themselves kings, but they're not acting like kings.
That's the truth.
You know, so we'll go from there.
All right. So we'll be right back right after these important messages from our sponsor.
You can have your product or service displayed in an entertaining, engaging environment right here on In the Shy Radio. Email your request to intheshyradio@yahoo.com. In the Shy, we got you covered. This week's show is sponsored See Right Landscaping. Contact Carlos for all your landscaping needs, from lawn care to snow removal, at 847-863-7668. Tell him In the Shy Radio sent you. You can have your product or service displayed in an entertaining, engaging environment right here on In the Shy Radio. Email your request to intheshyradio@yahoo.com. In the Shy, we got you covered.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I liked things to always be the same. Anything new or different would scare and upset me. I was very sensitive to lights and sounds. It was almost like I had bigger eyes and ears than everyone else. So I built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. I didn't like looking people in the eye. It made me feel uncomfortable. I'd throw big tantrums over little things, like when my socks didn't match. Sometimes I'd do the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
You can see signs of autism in children as young as 18 months. Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to IntellectualRadio.com. You got In the Shy Radio and your girl D. Lee in with my co-host
CT Powerhouse
and my other great co-host
Jaja.
And we want to tell you once again, we are in
the Shy Radio.
So today we're going to be talking about gender roles, and our gender roles is going to lead us into one of our series, which is.
Did you forget already, CT?
Yeah. Go ahead, Jaja.
Okay, so in our series, we're going to talk about the feminization of men. That's what it's going to lead up to, of black men.
That's right.
So we were talking earlier about gender roles. Mm-hmm. And how we have these preconceived ideas of who's supposed to do what and what things are acceptable. So CT, we teased him and said he had action figures. That's kind of how we started off.
And we said those are dolls.
Dolls.
I don't play with dolls.
If you played with action figures, you played with male dolls.
It's not a doll. It's a posable action figure.
No, it's a doll. I'm sorry.
You know, when you got the guy,
what is Ken?
Yeah. Opposable.
Did you just crickets?
Look, I don't play with Ken. I don't have a doll named Ken.
What is G.I. Joe?
G.I. Joe is a posable action figure.
No, it's just another name. It's
a
doll.
When you have those little, little plastic figures that you sit on the ground, they had all the little poses, little strong poses.
No, Army men's were mini dolls.
Sorry.
So, it's just that your dad or the male figure, which was cool, in your life just decided not to allow you to play with dolls and said that those were action figures.
Well, I see it as an action figure. You'll never hear me say it's a doll.
So speaking of gender roles, so is it okay for a young male, a young boy to play with dolls?
Well, a young boy, let's talk about up until what age? You know, kids are kids. But after a certain age, okay, I need for your taste to evolve a little bit. You know, as maybe 1, 2 years old, okay, a cute doll, okay. 1 or 2 years old doll,
what about 5 or 6?
I don't know about all that. Look, if I see a little boy and he keep clutching a doll, and he's 6, 7 years old, something has to change quickly.
See, now those are the gender roles. It shouldn't be like that. Why can't he just like a doll? Maybe he like Cabbage Patch over G.I. Joe. Maybe he likes Barbie. He may be a fashion designer.
We said it at the same time.
Your son couldn't be a fashion designer and change the clothes on Barbie?
No.
Or design the clothes for Barbie.
Right.
Now,
your son jump rope.
You know what?
Is it okay if your son
we're getting a little out of
dishes?
pocket right now. I don't have a problem with washing dishes.
Okay. So
I think that's part of a chore.
Boy to wash dishes.
That's fine.
Do you see
That's
our
fine.
producer over there saying no?
No.
He said no.
No, it's not okay.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
But see, that's the problem with the gender roles. Like now, my son is 16 and he has to wash dishes.
I don't have a problem with that. That's
But
a chore.
previously, my husband wouldn't allow him to wash dishes because he said, no, the girls wash the dishes. He sweep the floor. Those are gender roles.
See, I don't have a problem with that. Okay, well, let's do it on the flip side. Would you let your daughters take out the trash?
Absolutely. My daughter has her own condo right now. She takes out her own trash.
Okay. You have a male in the house. You're going to tell me he's not going to take out the trash.
That's something different than gender roles. That's called gender responsibility. If you're the man in the house, I shouldn't even have no trash. I shouldn't.
It's the same thing.
So right. So you're trying to flip it real quick. You're trying to flip it.
No, I'm just giving you my opinion.
I think if you have a guy in the house, he should take out the trash. That's just something that we do. Take out the trash.
I think everybody should take out the trash.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but generally, guys typically take out the trash. Washing dishes, I don't have a problem with that. If you have to, fine. It doesn't bother me. Now, I'm not going to lie. In my house, my sweet, loving girlfriend, Sia Boo, she typically washes the dishes. But there are times when, if you let her tell it, I hardly ever wash dishes. But there are times where I do step in where I know how to wash dishes.
Okay.
So, is that behavior learned, though? I mean, is that something that it's always been that way? Like in our house, when I was coming up, we did the dishes, we did anything that was inside the house. And my dad did anything that was outside the house, meaning the lawn. We never mowed lawn. We never took out the garbage hardly. We hardly ever did anything. And those were the behaviors that we learned. So as an adult, I still feel like if I'm the homeowner, I'll do the stuff inside. He can do the stuff outside because I'm not going to mow lawn.
See, up until a certain, well, it's just funny, up until a certain age, I was raised in an apartment. So I didn't have to cut grass, but I was taught how to, do laundry, wash dishes. And, I still do that to this day. I could fold a sheet like it's nothing, and that's just something that I carry with me. I think everybody should know how to do a little bit of something. Now, if you have something where you're in a relationship with someone, well, okay, there may be roles that may need to come in as far as the partaking of the house, which I agree. But to come out and say, well, should your son jump rope, or should your son cheerlead? It's just
that's interesting.
I'm sorry. Look.
I can hear the phones ringing now. Please call in at 708-223-8953.
And I'm somewhat of a traditionalist. There's just some things that we do. Case in point. Let's just say something happens to you and you get a flat tire. Are you getting out the car to change the flat tire?
Probably not. AAA. I have AAA. I will wait 2 hours.
That's why you pay good money.
I will wait 2 hours for AAA. I do it all the time. They ask me, am I in a safe? Even if I'm not in a safe place, I tell them yes.
They know you on a first name basis?
No, because I don't use them that often. God forbid, I got reliable cars, but when I need them, I call AAA.
Well, more times than not. Now, I'm not gonna lie. There's some things I don't know about a car. Thank God. When I had a car, I had a mechanic, and he would show me things like, okay, these are the basic things you need to know. It's just something you're not born with. Somebody has to teach you.
Right, but typically, do we teach our boys that, or do we teach our girls that? Because we don't typically teach our girls that.
We don't.
That's a good question.
We don't.
That's a good.
We don't.
Usually, you go in the house and see what your mama doing, and he can stay out here, and I'll teach him how to change a tire, change the oil. The things that usually are typically men things.
Do you know how to check your fluids?
I do.
Really?
Yes, because I've had the regularest cars in the world. So, yes, I know how to change it. I do.
Oh, okay. So do you know how to change fluids on your car?
Absolutely
not.
Absolutely not. And will I change them? No. So yes, gender roles come into play right there.
Okay, so it's just some things that we do have that roles are being played when it comes to genders, and which I agree. There's some things like I said, some things that guys should know how to do, something ladies should know how to do. We could talk about cooking.
I was just going to say, should a guy know how to cook? Should a guy learn how to iron his clothes? Wash. Do you know how to properly wash? Do you know how to sort clothes?
Yes, colors and whites. You have your darks.
What do you put your colors on?
No, cold water.
Ooh, you know how to.
Good job.
Whites hot.
Ooh.
I told you.
Your mom taught you well.
Yeah, because in case I have to, let's just say.
How long do you boil an egg?
2-3 minutes. I'm like,
no.
So 2-3 minutes, but I don't like boiled eggs anyway. I like my eggs scrambled.
Okay.
So I don't boil eggs.
I was just putting you on the spot. You did good.
That's all right. No, right.
Do you think that I've heard men say that I want a woman like my mama, and she cooked 3 meals a day, and she had my daddy's meals going when she got home?
Well, that's not happening nowadays, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because right now you have a dual income household. Yeah. Most parents, both of them work, and they both sit on 8-hour days. They're tired, after a day's work. They come home. Someone may prepare dinner, and then after that, they tend to the kids. You look up, it's 9-10 o'clock. It's time to go to bed and do this routine all over again.
It is. I read something one day that said a man was going to go to bed and a woman was going to go to bed. And he said, I'm going to bed. She said, I'm going to bed. And she did all these things. She got the stuff ready for school. She helped with homework. She got the breakfast prepared, the lunches prepared, and all these things. 30 minutes later, she went to bed. He said, I'm going to bed. And he went to bed.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, right now, the way it's just set up back in the day, there wasn't, 2 parents didn't need to go out and have a job to sustain a suitable living.
I agree.
So, one person could go out, which is typically the man. He went out and earned, basically brought home the bacon. And you have the wife that tended the kids, go through the homework, do the house stuff, cook, and do all that other sort of stuff. But you can't do that nowadays. And believe it or not, what you find, which morphs actually into relationships failing, is because you're so caught up in trying to make everything work on a daily basis. You got to manage the house and everything else. You tend to lose one another in a relationship because you're tending all these roles you have to do nowadays. So right now you have women playing dual roles, guys are playing dual roles, and it is stressful. Believe it or not, it's not easy. So for anyone out there that's doing that, hey, big ups and props to you. It's just something that we do. And believe it or not, I know it's not easy. It is not easy at all. And trust me, I appreciate my girl so much to the point where if anybody asks me, do you want to change roles? Absolutely not.
It's funny that you mentioned that today at work. We were talking about a child that we have, and they were asking the mom, what about like his doctor's appointments and things like that? She knew nothing. She goes, you have to ask my husband. And so a table full of women are all like, wow, really? Right. The husband knew the doctor's names. He knew all the appointments. He knew like all the activities. He knew everything. And we were so taken back by that because in our minds, we always think that it's up to us.
Exactly. And you do realize that is probably the exception and not the norm.
That is true.
That is typically not normal. But that's cool if that happens, but that's typically not the norm.
It's not.
I'm sure D. Lee over here is sitting here messing with the computer.
World.
Anything you like to add to this lovely subject?
No, actually, right now I'm busy. You can continue.
All right. Well, we'll keep going, Jaja.
Yes.
But no, I mean, there's roles out there that I think everyone should play. It's important to know. And plus, when your kids see you playing these roles, they're being taught too, as they move on later on in life, they need to learn how to sustain themselves as well.
I agree. My sister, she taught my nephew and my niece equally how to do the same chores, how to do the same things, so that he could do laundry and she could take out the garbage and she can do all the things that he knew how to do, with the exception of probably working in the tow yard because they have a tow company.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the only thing that she kind of didn't do. But my niece learned the administrative part of it. He would never do paperwork, and she would never probably tow a car.
Right. And it's just funny. I'm going to piggyback off what you said a little bit, but I'm going to go into a different area. I took my nephew this past weekend, to get their haircuts, back to school haircuts and everything. Everybody know how that is. So we're in a barber chair and, he's, going on 3. And forever he's had his hair long. And I couldn't wait till the day to get that haircut short. So the barber looked at me. I looked at him, gave him a head nod. He cut his hair short. The only person that was upset was my daughter because she liked his hair long. And the first thing I said, he's a boy, not a little girl. His hair needs to be short.
Yes.
So, and, it's just so funny how, she thinks, she's like, I saw nothing wrong with it being long. Oh, I saw everything wrong with it being long.
My nephew had really long hair. And when he got to first grade, he wanted his hair cut. He asked my sister, can you cut my hair because everybody thinks I'm a girl? And I don't want people thinking I'm a girl. So he asked to have his hair cut. So us as women, we kind of coddle our boys sometimes. Mm-hmm. and we think it's cute, but realizing that we have to prepare them to go into this life to be young men.
Exactly.
Sometimes we have to step back a little bit, and we have to realize that, okay, this is not acceptable everywhere.
It's not.
I look at some of the things that happen even in Hollywood. I saw an article of Jaden Smith.
Okay.
And he's saying that he's paid $10 million, I believe, for Louis Vuitton, I believe it is. I can't remember which designer it is, but he wears skirts.
Yeah.
In all of the ads. So I kind of thought about that. And as a mom, at what point do you say, okay, I know that I normally wouldn't put my son in a dress, but is it acceptable for my son to be in a dress when it's in the light of fashion?
It is totally unacceptable to be in a skirt.
Oh, tell that to Kanye. We're going to hold that thought right there. We're going to come right back. But what we want to do is, as they say, we want to go back. We want to go way back to our first show back here.
3 weeks ago.
So we'll be right back right after.
Okay, speaking of this, the headphones, we're going to use this as a mic.
If you missed in the Shy Radio, here's what you missed. This is a recap of last week's show.
We're back.
We're back. Yes,
we are back. And we're not going anywhere this time. We're here.
We're not only back, we're back to stay. You hear that?
Right.
We're here.
In the Shy Radio will empower you.
You never, don't get me wrong. A woman will test you. They will test you.
That's what we do.
All they will test, they will push the right buttons to make you angry. But you know what? At the end of the day, they do that to make you a stronger man and be out on the forefront.
And that's why we're there. We're there to uplift you and make you a better man.
Right.
So
In the Shy Radio will entertain you.
First time, this is like the funniest thing. The first time that I met him, and I said, you should come on our show. He goes, your show. So I go, no, seriously, we have a radio show and we do it every Thursday. He's like, right. And so I'm like, please just come to the show. You'll like it, and I promise you, you'll have a good time.
I'm not gonna lie. I had a vision in my mind. I was like, okay, and then she trying to hit on Big CT here. So I'm thinking, she's explaining this. I'm thinking, a one-room table with one dangling light bulb, and and there's no backdrop, no nothing. We in this little cramped room, and talking okay, speaking of this, the headphones, we gonna use this as a microphone, and just we just gonna roll with it. But
don't drop that Prince, do me
right. That's what I thought, but it wasn't the first.
In the Shy Radio will encourage you.
But that's something we might have to make a show. Are you really a DJ? If you're on a computer, because I can do that. I can mix on the computer.
No, it's not. Well, anybody
I can blend on the computer.
I know what you're saying.
DJ right now.
Now, in defense of all DJs, let me tell you.
They got a program where you go.
No. It's not the same. Let me tell you something. You have control. Let me tell you, it's like euphoria. It's like a drug.
Everybody's a DJ now. With
yes,
the
but they're not.
Everybody is a
but it
just
takes
like everybody is a cab driver with Uber. Everybody is a DJ now with the computer.
No, but
Are you a real DJ with
that good evening?
So is vinyl dead?
No, it's not dead. Believe it or not, you still have stores out here that sell vinyl. It's not dead. It's not a lost art. If you're lucky to come across it.
I'm going to add that to my list.
Vinyl is not dead.
Can a DJ still save your life with a computer? I want to know if that DJ can save my life with a computer.
Look.
You miss a day, you miss a lot.
You're listening to In the Shy Radio on Intellectual
Radio every Thursday at 8, discussing issues and people which make Chicago great on IntellectualRadio.com.
It's Thursday night and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes 2. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese.
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzzed driving, because buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
You need to get your business known and want more customers or clients? The Shy Radio wants you. Contact us now for advertising opportunities.
Are you looking for today's hottest new online radio station? Check out IntellectualRadio.com. They offer over 60 intellectual radio shows. That's IntellectualRadio.com. It's time to feed your brain. It's Great Talk Radio with amazing shows for everyone. Like them on Facebook at Intellectual Radio. Streaming radio 24/7. Increase your knowledge and increase your mind with the hottest new radio station on the planet. That's IntellectualRadio.com. Feed your brain.
All right, welcome back. This is IntellectualRadio.com. We may have started late because of our own technical difficulties, but we still got to get up out of here, right?
Yeah, we do. We
got to make way for Dominique, and he's going hard. He's going with Go Hard Radio.
How hard is he coming?
Let me see that bell. I'm going to show you how hard he's going. Did I ring like an old woman?
You sure did.
Dominique Go Hard every Thursday from 9 to 10 o'clock. I think Dominique's staying here a little late now. I don't know.
He might.
Now we know what Dominique working with, right?
I'm gonna fall back on that one.
Dominique, that's our little secret. We're not gonna tell everybody what you're working with, but I want you to stay tuned for Dominique and Go Hard Radio. We also have some other great shows every Thursday. Right before us, we have Baby Hair Chris. She just left up out of here looking lovely, her and Steve. Steve is no longer the man of the hour here at Intellectual Radio because he is married now. So off the market.
guess what? I saw him the same before and after he's married. So it's same guy to me. Same cool cat.
He's still cool. He's still cool. He's just not fine anymore. He used to be fine.
I never thought he was fine, but all right.
Anyway, so we're just gonna get out of here and make way for Dominique. Dominique stay tuned because he has a kid coming on that's gonna do a Michael Jackson impersonation. I don't know. I may stay around for a little bit. I want to see what's going on with that.
I like to see that myself.
Well, we want to thank you for tuning in to In the Shy Radio. And we just want to tell you good night. I don't have my theme music going on because I told you it's technical difficulties on my end. So I just got to get things together. We got to get it together.
For sure.
We got to tighten it up a little bit.
Yes.
We're still going to give you a great show every Thursday.
Right. Just a little, kind of like a little, it's kind of like, how can I say it? Just a little taste of what's taste of what's about to come on later on.
Yeah, we got to ease it on you.
Right.
Ease it on you. But until then, I just say ta-ta.
All right. Peace out.